Facts about house mold. Mold is everywhere around us, and although we see it daily, we may not be aware of it. No matter if we are talking about mold that appears in the woods that we can easily notice during a hike, or spores that grow on bread, or those that will appear in our food if we forget about it in the fridge, chances are, you've seen a lot of different types of mold spores within your lifetime. One of the worst types of mold that exist are those that can appear in your home which grow after a flood when your water pipe bursts, or grow under your home, in the area of the crawl space. In this video, we are going to give you 5 facts about mold that you probably didn't know before which can protect yourself and everyone you live with. 1. There's a lot of different types of mold. The first thing you need to know about mold is that there are more than 100,000 different types of it, so the mold you may see in your basement is not going to be the same that you see on the ceiling, or in your fridge if you've forgotten about some food. On the same note, your body won't react in the same way to all the different types of mold, and many types of mold will not harm you in any way. Nevertheless, there are a lot of different types of mold that will harm you, and that may seriously affect your health. Because of this, if you notice any mold in your home, you first need to find out what you are dealing with, and with that, take the necessary precautions so you and your family will remain safe. 2. Mold needs time to start growing. You've probably noticed that when a moist spot appears in your home, you cannot notice any mold at first. The same goes for when you leave something in the fridge that is susceptible to growing mold. Experts suggest that the first mold spores will appear in a day or two, which means that they need time to start growing. Mold spores also need all the right conditions to grow, so they usually grow on an organic surface, whether it be food or wood, and they need water to start multiplying. They usually grow in places where the temperature varies between 75 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Note that they can also appear in places where it is colder or a bit hotter. The important thing to remember is that if your home or crawl space floods, you have time to react. The mold won't appear right away, so you can replace things, get them fixed, and do the necessary maintenance and cleaning before your health is put at risk. But don't wait too long because the mold will grow rapidly once it starts to multiply. 3. You may not be able to notice the mold at first. When we think about mold in a home, the first thing that usually comes to mind is that dark green color, along with white circles or lines around the green parts. As we mentioned before, there are hundreds of thousands of different types, and not all are the same. It is said that there are some types that may not be visible at all, and when they are all in the first stage of growth, you may not see them as well. Experts suggest that you may notice small hair-like growth that is transparent in color or pale, and that can be the first somewhat visible sign that something is going to transition into mold. 4. Mold can seriously impact your health. One of the biggest reasons why people are so afraid of mold is that it will not only damage your property by embedding into the organic materials everywhere it takes hold within your home, but it will also harm your health. As we mentioned, there are some types that are not dangerous for you, but the most common types found in homes are harmful, and you should do everything you can to protect yourself from them. The good news is that the death rate connected to mold is extremely low, but statistics have also shown that 1 in 4 people that have pre-existing respiratory illnesses which are exposed to mold spores can experience breathing difficulties, as well as lead to other serious conditions. Studies have also shown that there is an association between multiple sclerosis and long-term exposure to mold, which can lead to severe infections and nerve damage. 5. You can't just paint over mold to remove it. Now let's talk about a common misconception that some homeowners believe in. Although mold can easily grow within a home, there are many people who believe that simply painting over it will eliminate the problem, so when they notice their ceiling or basement being moldy, they take some paint and try to remove the spores by painting over them. In reality, this will not help at all. You may just trap the moisture even more, and the spores will continue growing. The worst-case scenario is that you won't be able to notice additional mold growth until it is too late, as the mold will continue growing even under the paint. To make sure you and your family are safe, you need to first find the source of the issue, for example, a damaged or leaking pipe, or the underlying cause of the excessive moisture or condensation, and get that fixed. Then you can have the mold properly removed, after which it will be safe to paint over any discoloration that might appear. These steps may seem like too many things to do, but at least you will know that you've solved the root of the problem, and you will have made sure that the mold is fully removed.